Footy Scoops in the six.
Yes.
Bang bang.
Mate.
Action, boy. Pure action.
Mate.
Najjah Calibur.
Mahit, Letang. Listen.
Back in the house once
Everybody's working for the weekend.
Hey.
Football all weekend,
Yo,
man. What's a weekend?
What a weekend. Match day 32 of 38. I mean, just this thing just steamrolling. It seems like it's happening so quickly, man. Before we know it, I'm going to miss the Prem.
It's that time right
Actually,
now,
not really on my side. I ain't going to really miss it. You know, Man United, I ain't really going to miss this season
it's
too much.
It's that time right now, man.
But yeah.
It's that time. It's that time. It's flipping. It's coming down to it. Matches are coming thick and fast and flipping.
Man, there's just so many storylines. I mean, we got the relegation battle. We got the battle for fourth place for Champions League, and we have the battle for the almighty title. So I mean, a lot's popping out.
Honestly,
in the meantime,
this has been the best league in a while because the relegation's not sorted out yet.
No, I know.
The Champions League's not sorted out yet.
No.
The title's not sorted out yet.
Yeah.
And there's what, 6-7 matches to go?
Yeah, this is brilliant.
Honestly,
it's brilliant. But you know what's not brilliant? Unfortunately, we just gotta give a shout out to Everton. You know, another point deduction. Another two. Was it 2 points?
2 points. 2 points deducted. Now here's the situation. Here's the situation.
Meanwhile, Man City ain't seen shit yet, so I don't know what's popping with that.
So this is what I'm saying. So we just talked about the being flipping how exciting it is, and then with the league playing out the way it's played out. So Champions not decided yet. You mean? Champions League's not decided yet. Relegation not decided yet. There's 7 matches to go. 6 or 7 matches to go. And it is exciting to watch, right? So this is what they bill as being, okay, that's why it's the best league in the world and blah, 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 blah. You mean? But with that being said, this absolute circus that's happening with Man City in their points and their charges, right?
Yep.
And now with Everton being charged again for their points. So what's happened is there's a period of time where Everton's books were looked at, yeah?
Yeah.
They said, okay, based upon what your losses during this period, you're being deducted your points. So they did the 10-point deduction first. They appealed it, got reduced.
8.
Right, 6.
That's right.
Got reduced.
Yeah, 4 points removed. That's right.
Okay, so they've then turned around now and said, okay, well, during this period of time, you're now guilty of this, which technically is the same charge again. So you're given a lesser punishment for the same charge.
Yeah.
So if there's 115 charging, is it punishment going to decrease? But anyway, let me not get into that. Let me not get into that, yeah? But you're getting charged for the same thing again, and get 2 points deducted, which they can now again turn around and appeal again. So if you can appeal the punishment, which obviously
it's a part of the process.
That's part of the process.
With across any league, that's a part of the process.
Across the world, any sort of judicial sort of system.
Right.
There's an appeal process. However, if you can appeal it, then why would the penalty be less severe than it was from before?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
So it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, no.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
So then now you also have Forest who have been docked points.
Of course, I was about to bring them up.
Right.
Yep.
So now here's the thing: you have these teams who are fighting for their survival. Yeah, fighting for their survival, and they have they've been charged with spending more in a period of time. Yeah. Now, Man City's charges equate not only to them spending more than they should be spending, but also trying to hide this spend. Mm-hmm. So that's more severe, no?
It's absolutely more severe.
So
I mean, it's ludicrous. It's absolutely astronomical. We've never seen a team get charged with 115 charges.
So now,
officially,
even in a criminal court, you have like 115 charges against a man. It's gonna come down to, let's say, half of that, right? They're gonna throw out this, throw out that, and just kind of condense it so they can kind of get it sorted out, right?
Yep.
So if we half it, you're still at 50 plus 55 charges that they're looking at. It doesn't make sense. No, that you can still say, okay, well, yeah, you're going to turn around now and charge Everton, get their stuff sorted out quickly. So my thing is, and people say conspiracy theory, whatever it is, I could care less. Listen to this. This circus, this clown show that's happening right now with these deductions with Everton and Forest, all the rest of it, they're making such a cock up of that they're going to turn around and say, listen, we have to turn around and fix the penalty process before we do it with Man City. So then the penalty process will end up being, we're just going to turn around and fine you lot X amount of millions. Yeah?
Right.
But at the same time, if they've been hiding money, if they've been sport washing, if they've been doing all that, having extra money, that's not a problem for them.
No.
So basically now what you're doing is, you're now letting them wash their money in public. Because if you're telling them, you're giving them a penalty, okay, cool, let me take all this dirty money and throw that to you. It's out of my hands. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
so, like, it doesn't make sense. It is ludicrous. So, as I said before, a couple of weeks back, I saw the sign on at City's ground saying, we'll follow you anywhere. That to me sounded like, yeah, you're not going to about to get flipping relegated. Because if we look back at the past, Rangers went to administration. So basically a bankruptcy, yeah? And then they got booted out of the league when a new company wanted to buy them. So the remaining members of the Scottish Football Association said, no, we're not letting Rangers come and hold their same Premier League position. If you're applying now as a new company, a new club, essentially a new entity,
you're going to have to go
start from the beginning.
Right.
So that's what happened with Rangers. And then with Juve, obviously, Juve got booted out of the league because of their involvement in the match fixing.
Right.
Yeah? Okay, cool. So match fixing is illegal. Not doing your books properly, as Rangers did, and kind of fall into administration, that is frowned upon.
Relegation worthy.
Yeah, relegation worthy.
Relegation worthy, bro.
So now you have, it's not match fixing, but you have sport washing. So when you have, okay, for example, Najjah, you're sponsoring me, and then, sorry, I have a team, Najjah, you're sponsoring this team, right? Najjah's sponsoring it. But then Najjah's also going to have, Najjah's foot is also sponsoring it, and I'm going to buy a bigger sponsorship from your foot. It's the same, it's the same person.
entity, right?
Same entity, same person. So now that's essentially what's happened, and that's very, 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 in a massive nutshell, what's happened with City, because you have the same companies providing sponsorships and inflated sponsorships. So I'm getting a blank voucher from you to say, okay, well, yeah, you're going to write me a blank check, and I'm going to just write my numbers on it as to what I need to have. And essentially, all of these things have been happening with City. So if that is not bringing the flipping game and the league into disrepute, I don't understand what it is.
Again, if they do not handle this properly, this will be a massive,
it's a joke.
Huge stain on the Premier League. Because, this has been going back, I think the charges go back to like 2011 or something like that.
It goes back a while.
So, at the end of the day, what we love about, like, with Juve, for instance, like, their title got stripped.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
These guys already said they're not stripping anybody's titles.
Doesn't make sense.
They're just going to get relegation or whatever it is. And at the end of the day, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes with the payouts of the money, but it's taking way too long to handle the situation. But, if they do not handle this properly, it's just going to be a huge stain on the Premier League and lose its credibility. So,
this is it, right?
Especially when you're dealing with the little ones, so, you know what I mean?
Right.
No disrespect.
Now,
you know what I mean? Nottingham Forest, Everton.
Now, let's to add to that, when you talk about the little ones now, to add to that as well, right? The relegated teams technically will not be decided until a week after the league is finished, because those teams still get to appeal, and the appeal process happens in like late May, going into early June. So teams that have been relegated may not even be relegated. It doesn't make sense.
Wow.
It doesn't make sense.
I didn't know that part.
Yes, bro.
I did not know that part.
So this is what I'm saying.
Because I thought it was just a points, that's it. Bottom three, that's it.
But because you can appeal, because for example now, Everton and Forest and the rest of them can appeal it, right? If you turn around, let's say for example, Everton gets relegated by a 1 point or by a goal difference, let's say for example, yeah? Right. And then they appeal that 2 point deduction, it goes down to a 1 point deduction, all of a sudden Everton's not relegated anymore. The next team is.
Right.
That's a clown show.
Yeah, right.
That's a clown show. So this is what I'm saying. They're going to mess it up so bad where they're going to have to do something different for City. Do you know what I'm saying? That's where my thoughts are going.
Man.
They're going to mess up so bad. We're like, you know what? We can't be doing this points thing. We're going to scrap points as penalties. We're just going to make it a fine instead. So to come to City's charges now, oh yeah, we'll just charge you X, Y, Z. No points, no nothing like that. It doesn't make sense.
No, that's insane. They can't do that, man. They cannot do that with so much charges.
Mate,
they can't.
Look at where it's going,
do that.
But look at where it's going.
No, I know, but listen.
If you literally can end the season, because obviously you know, like flipping, everybody's watching who's going to get relegated, who's not getting relegated. If you're going to have, basically you're going to have a VAR for relegation.
No, I hear you.
Basically, you're going to have a VAR situation for relegation. That doesn't make sense. That does not make sense at all. Bro, that doesn't.
All I know is when it comes to Man City and the amount of charges that they're facing, it just has to be held accountable. They have to be held accountable.
They have to be, of course.
Period, end of story, right? And if I was a Man City fan, it's just interesting because I talked to some Man City fans, and it's just funny because, if it was my team, I would say, you know what, boy, we're in trouble. Or they're just like, yo, we're the best, we're this, that. And it has nothing to do with the players, you know what I mean? I feel sorry for the players, and I feel sorry for...
We touched on that already, like as far as
management and the staff, it's behind the scenes, right? So it has nothing to do with them. So I'm not knocking the product that you have on the field. It's just, at the end of the day, you got to be like, listen... we're in some 115 charges. They don't just make these charges up out of nothing, right?
Exactly.
So we'll see where that goes, but at the end of the day, I hope and pray that they deal with this properly.
Again,
and they'll be back if they get relegated.
You have to hope they'll do it properly. What? Okay, so.
But again, we know it's a business. It's sports and it's a business.
Yeah,
so this is the crown jewel of the EPL. They want to see these guys up.
It's tarnished.
Yeah, I mean
the jewel's tarnished.
Yeah,
the jewel's tarnished, right? So you wanna make sure that the jewel's gleaming.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, gleaming.
Come on, the jewel's tarnished, man.
Yeah,
come on. Moving right along.
Yeah, that we just took a deep dive into that, man, because of Everton, and now we're just thinking about this whole thing as the league comes to an edge.
Palace and City played out a 4-2 loss for
Palace.
Yes,
Yep.
indeed. Right.
Yep.
Then obviously we have Villa taking on Brentford. That was 3-3. Now this match, Everton and Burnley. Wow.
Everton and Burnley.
Wow. Yes.
Well, listen,
Mates.
huge. Obviously, again, back to the relegation battle. That's huge, right? So I mean, with Everton being able to take this, finally get a win, they're fighting for their lives. I mean, I don't even know what's gonna happen with them. Burnley, I mean, it's huge.
Massive win
for those who don't follow the relegation side of it. It's huge, man. I mean, it's a fun storyline as well. It's crazy.
Burnley fighting for their life. Yeah, fighting for their life. This win for Everton though is a 1-point win. It's a 1-point win. You get your 3 points for the win, but they got the 2 points deducted as a 1-point win.
Yeah. Literally.
But it's mad. It's mad. Then we have Fulham hosting Newcastle. Newcastle get the 1-0 win. Listen, again, with Newcastle, they've seen what's happened with City, and that's why I think they're kind of keeping their powder dry for now.
Right.
To kind of see, because obviously we know that Newcastle have a ton of money with their ownership. Mm-hmm. However, looking at what City's done, they're kind of looking and say, okay, let's see what they get away with, what they don't get away with. Because Newcastle really and truly, again, have not splashed the cash. They really haven't.
They really have.
So are they just being cautious to see what's going to happen with City first before they start delving into it? Right?
I mean, they're looking at a blueprint to try to see what they could do, but we'll see from there.
100%.
Then we got Luton and Bournemouth, 2-1 for Luton Town. So
yes, indeed. You mean?
Listen, good victory for Luton Town.
Yes,
I mean,
indeed.
I
want them to stay up. I want them to stay up. I really do.
Inshallah, they will stay up. So I mean, back to relegation battle really quickly. Who do you want to stay up? Because right now Sheffield United's done, as far as I'm concerned. They're done.
Yeah, they're
right. So I mean, it's Luton.
I told you
already.
I want Luton staying up. I want Forest staying up.
So then it's Burnley. Burnley.
I've told Everton already. Take the drop.
Yeah,
I've said it several times. Take the drop. You know what it is? I want Everton to take the shot I want Everton to take the drop for the shits and giggles.
Oh,
I really
this guy's
do.
Bad boy. You got to kick on the team when they're down. They already dropped 6 points and another 2 points.
Listen,
I want to see Everton stay up, man. Honestly,
do you not remember Everton a couple seasons back holding up that dog outside the stadium? Mate, they're a funny lot. They're a funny lot. So
wow. Okay.
It'll be funny just for that.
Okay, just brother.
Listen. You mean?
I ain't sharing the same sentiment, but anyways, we'll keep this thing moving right now. We got Wolves and West Ham. West Ham getting a victory 2-1 over the Wolves. Again, Wolves just seem to be just so up and down this season.
You mean? It's a stay of execution for West Ham from David Moyes. You mean? They still don't want him there though. Even with this win, they still don't want him there. They still don't want him there. But, yeah.
And then we got Brighton and Arsenal. Arsenal are just looking so impressive.
Mate.
So impressive. You Gooners are looking so impressive. 3-0 victory over Brighton. Brighton not seeming to have an answer for them at all.
Now, when Liverpool played Brighton played out their skin.
Yeah.
They played out their skin.
Yeah. And I know another team that played out their skin when they played against you.
But
I mean, I'll tell you right now, Arteta is looking really good right now because, I mean, with Declan Rice, Havertz, I mean, you lot didn't even want Havertz when he came. And he's looking amazing for you guys right now, scoring some crucial goals for you guys. And, I mean, it just seems like they've really learned a lesson from leading the charge so much, for 90% of the season last year to this year. They're really learning and turning a corner and some valuable signings.
Can they see it through?
They got the toughest schedule out of everybody.
We'll go through that schedule. Go through that schedule.
Yeah, they got the toughest schedule out of you guys, Liverpool and Man City. They got the toughest schedule.
We'll go through that.
But anyways,
let's jump into Sunday. Jump into Sunday. We're gonna go backwards.
Yeah.
Tottenham 3-1 winners over Nottingham Forest. You know what I mean? Sheffield United and Chelsea. Massive point for Sheffield United. This is a 2-2 draw.
But hold on, Tottenham. That's a massive win for Tottenham as well. I mean,
but mate, Tottenham won the league in October.
Let's stop this, man. Listen, this again. This is for the This is for Champions League plays,
spots,
4
yeah.
spots. So it's a big win for them because Aston Villa it seems to be hitting. You know, they're not hitting form right now when they really need it. So Charlie, I know you guys need to do something because I mean between you and Tottenham, Charlie, it's Tottenham and Aston Villa. I think Tottenham might squeeze it out.
No.
We'll see. We'll see. We shall see.
Massive point, as I said, massive point for Sheffield United. 2-2 at Chelsea. Massive point.
Chelsea. So listen, Chelsea just got beat us up, and then you go and tie Sheffield United. But that's the league, and that's why we love the beauty of this league. Massive point. I mean, it's too late, honestly, for Sheffield United, but you know, whatever.
It's a massive point for them. Massive point for them.
Yeah.
But then, Man United, Liverpool.
Yes, baby! Let me tell you something about this game right now.
Mickey Mouse.
We are absolutely horrendous trash. I mean, the amount of shots we're facing. This last week we faced about 90 shots from everybody. You know? It's crazy, obscene. These guys 20. It was 15, 16 shots to 0 at the end of the first half.
Okay, so yes, no, hang on. Let's pause on that for a second.
So first of all, okay,
we're playing at Old Trafford.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I already told him it's gonna be a Picasso. I said it's gonna be a draw.
0 shots. In their own stadium in the first half.
Bro, we know we're horrendous.
That's
we
mad.
know we're horrendous.
No, and then hang on a second. It's a level because yes, we had 15 shots in the first half on target, but we only scored 1 goal. Again, the same situation. Like with the FA Cup, we're not finishing our food.
No,
we're not finishing our food, and that's the problem.
No,
that is the problem.
You guys are playing amazing. You guys are obviously were running the show.
Mate.
I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean, I was just like, here we go again. It's unbelievable. I still cannot believe. I mean, these guys were in cruise control. You guys should have put the game to bed in the first.
Nonchalance.
Yeah,
Nonchalance in the second half, right?
1,000%.
So come Fernandes' goal now. People are gonna think, okay, why is Keller so far up his net? Keller comes outside the box to play in line for the defender to play it back to him. Yeah. He turns away from Højlund. He goes to play the ball to Van Dijk. Goes to play it square to Van Dijk.
Van Dijk's pointing to him to point.
He doesn't look up. He doesn't look up, and that's the problem. You can't turn off in a match, especially the defender. You can't turn off.
No.
It'll be different if, for example, he looked up, but he played a weak pass regardless. Yeah.
Oh no, it was a weak pass. It was a no man's land.
But you played a weak pass without even looking up to see where your man was. Do you know what I'm saying? And to see if there's anything in between. You can't do that.
Was that his first start? That wasn't his first start.
No, not at all. And the thing is, Kwanzaa's a young lad, right?
He had a good half. He had a good first half.
He's had a great season.
Yeah.
When he's coming, he's a great season. He's played very, very well. But at the same time, Liverpool are dominating so much to a point where we had the ball, we just had possession, we're just knocking it about. But even when it seems like you're knocking it about, for the young players out there, you still got to keep your head about you. You still got to stay focused.
1,000%.
You still have to stay focused.
And these are the things that change matches. It was unbelievable. It just all it did. I mean, the fans. Old Trafford was quiet. We're like, oh, here we go. You guys are just running up and down. That one play. So basically, what happens is he could have went back down the line to Salah. He could have went back to the keeper.
Since he had turned away from sending it down the line, he's now facing his goal.
Well, I know, but I'm saying he could have turned back around.
What he should have done is gone to the keeper.
He should have went to the keeper.
Because the keeper came out for that pass.
For exactly that moment.
So he should have gone to the keeper.
Instead of that, he sends a pass into no man's land.
Yeah.
In between Van Dijk and Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes gets it, and it was a great finish. Was able to score a goal, but we had nothing. That was our first shot on net.
So at this point, I'd like to apologize to my entire household, to my coffee table. Geez.
Yeah. My gosh, man.
I was livid.
2-1. So he breathed life into us, and then guess what happens? You know, you guys are still running the show. Out of nothing, Kobbie Mainoo was able to take the ball, drive up the pitch, drive it to Garnacho. Garnacho passes it to Wan-Bissaka. He finds a little spot in between 4 players in the box. With an unbelievable finish, and we got to shout out Kobbie Mainoo. I mean, for his composure and the finish. I mean, I don't think Alisson could have stopped that.
I've given Mainoo's credit already in our previous episodes because he has shone through, and as a young player as well,
18 years old,
with what you guys are dealing with on the pitch, and to be honest, like with a clueless manager
and a clueless midfield, man. And he's the only guy in the midfield. We're looking to him. Empty midfield. Bagel FC.
Mate.
Bagel FC. There's no middle.
Remember that last episode of Fresh Prince? It's just Will Smith looking in the room. That's Mainoo in New York's midfield.
Yeah, man. Facts, man. No, it's horrible. But
he's definitely shining through. So give him his credit. He deserved the goal. But
It took moments of brilliance because we have no identity. You don't see any press. You don't see the tracking back is horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not a Man United podcast, so we're gonna get off it right now. All right? But it's horrible, man.
Yeah.
But unbelievably, it's just a remarkable because Arsenal pushed on, Man City pushed on, Liverpool should have taken this chance because you guys had it all in your hands.
Mates.
If you got, if to continue. Now it's not directly in your hands. A 2-2 draw on some phenomenal. I mean, our first match against you guys at Anfield, you guys bombarded us with shots. You guys hit. It was a record. It was a record amount of posts. I think Nunez. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
But bottom line is, we tied you there when we should have lost. We beat you in the FA Cup, and then we tied you at home, and we had no business.
Yep.
We had no business doing it, man. No
Finish
business.
the food.
Yeah, finish the food.
Clean the plate.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Clean the plate.
That being said, let's just take a quick look at the table because, that wraps everything up. Let me just show you the table here right now. So, right now, you got Arsenal at 71 points, Liverpool at 71 points, Man City at 70. So, this is unbelievable.
Yeah.
This is like a proper movie right now. All right. Then you got, for fourth, you got Tottenham at 60. You have Aston Villa at 60. All right. So, who's going to take these? Then at the bottom of the league, like I said, Sheffield United, they have 16 points. Burnley has 19. Luton Town has 25. It's really for who's going to get relegated between Luton Town, Nottingham Forest, who has 25, and Everton, who has 27.
Yeah.
So,
Mate,
get your popcorn out.
I want Forest
and let's
staying
see
up,
what's
and I want Luton staying up.
Yeah.
Sheffield United, Everton, Burnley, out.
All right, hasta
Out.
la manana.
That's me.
That's what
That's
he's
me.
thinking, man.
That's
That's what
me.
he's thinking. So we're gonna see what's popping, but this Premier League is hitting up, man.
Let's look at the last 6 fixtures. Right? Let's look at the last 6. I have Arsenal's right here.
Okay, let's go.
So Arsenal have Villa. They host Villa.
Big match.
Then
Villa's pissed right now. They want to win. They're looking to win. Hey, yo, Unai Emery is mad after that tie. Yo, you vexed.
Then they're away to Wolves. Then they're home to Chelsea. Then they're away to
big
Spurs.
Big match. Yep.
Then going
To Spurs and then to Spurs again. That's why I say they got the toughest schedule. You lot have the toughest schedule. Then Arsenal. You know this, but if you pull this out, you really deserve it, man.
Then they are hosting Bournemouth. Then they're away at you lot. Then
bye.
They're hosting Everton on the last day of the season.
Tough schedule, man.
It's a tough.
Tough.
Okay,
schedule.
but the thing is, see how you lot.
So you got Tottenham, Chelsea, and Man United. Three teams that you never know is going to show up.
Man United's going to go belly up when they go to play Arsenal. I guarantee you.
Stop this nonsense, bro.
The Spurs match is going to be the one.
No, that's the big match. No, that's the big match. But don't put some respect on us, bro. You didn't even beat us, bro. All right.
No.
Anyways.
Liverpool have Crystal Palace. We're praying not to have shades of 2014 when we've been dropped out the race in 2014. You mean? We don't want to talk about that one.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that.
Then Liverpool go to Fulham. Then Everton, the Merseyside derby. We need to.
That's a big match.
We need to sink that ship right there.
Yep.
Then West Ham. We go away to West Ham.
Away? That's a tough match.
Right?
Yep.
Then we host Tottenham. You mean redemption for early on in the season?
Big
coming for
match.
that one. You mean?
Yep.
Then we're away at Villa, and then we see out the season with Wolves. We're hosting Wolves.
Yeah. So you guys are slightly just under Arsenal.
You reckon?
Yeah, but it's slightly under.
To me, they're all winnable matches.
Yeah.
All winnable matches.
No, they are. They are.
All winnable matches. You know what I mean?
On your day, for sure. You guys are no joke.
This is it, right?
Yeah.
And then now, excuse me. Then now for Man City,
they have the easiest schedule, hands down. Look at that. Read it up.
So they have Luton. They host Luton. Then they have Chelsea. They're hosting Chelsea. So they have 2 back-to-back home matches. Then they're away at Brighton. Then they're away at Nottingham Forest. Then they Then they are hosting Wolves. Then they're away at Fulham, and then they're hosting West Ham last day of the season.
Yeah, I mean they have the clearest path to victory. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Clearest path to victory.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
but you go back to the table though. So if they all go shot for shot, punch for punch, it's gonna be if Arsenal drop any points. You mean? It's mate.
I can't wait to see the end of this thing. It's going to be crazy, man. So, anyways, we'll keep this thing going. You know what it is. Footy Scoops in the 6.
That's been your Premier League
Footy Fix.
Six.